The things I do for my friends and family. So, actually, let me move up a little bit closer. I should have rehearsed that. No, now I'm too far to the side. Okay, so, you probably just saw my recent Facebook post. I've been up since almost 6 o'clock this morning because a thought occurred to me. I knew today was going to be the day I was going to make a whole lot of pickles for my friends and family. And I stand by what I did. But a thought actually occurred. And that was, what if it actually takes me longer to do this than I think? Because, full disclosure, I had 68 cucumbers going into this, 42 jars, about 8 different kinds of vinegar, more if you want to talk semantics, about 5 different kinds of sugar, more if we're also talking semantics, about, I don't even know how many aromatics and other stuff I use, but needless to say, I went all out making these pickles. I'm actually looking over that like right now. My kitchen is a complete sty, by the way, because of this. But the things you do for family, right? So, needless to say, my low is the fact that I kind of wasted a pretty good chunk of my day doing this. But my high is I did it. And now I don't think I want to make pickles again for a while. For the record, I actually have like 7 cucumbers left after all that. And you know, better to have than not have. So, my high is that I did what I set out to do. And I know that some of the jars are kind of having trouble sealing a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected. Luckily, only a couple of them are actually going far away, so I should be fine overall. So with that said, making these pickles was my act of kindness. I don't care what anyone says. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This was quite something special. Needless to say, I worked up quite an appetite for Thanksgiving. Luckily, that's what this Mom Food Chronicle is going to be. See, this Mom Food Chronicle is going to be broken down today and tomorrow. Today, I actually have a big dinner with a lot of people in my family. Like my grandparents, cousins, all of them. And tomorrow, I'm going to be having a much smaller, intimate sort of dinner with my parents. My grandparents are also going to be there, but again, it's going to be pretty small, like a few more. Actually, believe it or not, there were a couple neighbors that were not for COVID-19. I totally would have. Well, here's the thing. I actually offered my mom if they could come to their place, because that's where we're having it. And she's like, listen, if it wasn't for COVID-19, they'd be welcome in wholeheartedly. But you know what? That actually goes with something I heard Binging with Babish say yesterday. Andrew Ray, Binging with Babish. I can say his name on the internet. He's a famous internet celebrity. And he said, this Thanksgiving is going to be nothing short of different. In my case, I'm not going to have everyone in my family be there today. A bunch of them are actually having Thanksgiving out in Virginia. So, needless to say, it's already drastically different. But just because it is different, that doesn't mean that the food that you're going to have today is going to be any less delicious. I also saw Andrew Zimmern's Instagram live video last night, and he said something that was actually very profound. The glass isn't half full, nor is it half empty, but it's refillable. And I genuinely do believe that, in a way, it sort of goes with me doing the hashtag, let's make a fourth quarter of 2020 comeback, because you can always turn it around. I try and keep a positive attitude about it as much as I can. Sometimes it's not the greatest, but at the same time, beggars can't really be choosers. In the end, I'm just sort of relieved I was able to do what I set out to do. And I'm proud of myself for that. And a bunch of people, a bunch of my friends and family are really going to appreciate the pickles I made. So I can be equally as happy. Seriously, I made my own oleo sacrum last night for this. Out of 4 different kinds of fruits. I should just totally be like, you better be grateful for what I did. No. Listen, I'm sure that my friends and family love me. I love them. They're gonna be happy getting the pickles no matter what. But that being said, you wanted to hear about the Mom Food Chronicle for today. Well, as I mentioned earlier, this particular Thanksgiving, even though it's going to be different, I am going to be seeing many members of my family, as I said earlier. And needless to say, because usually we get together around, today we're getting together around 3. In fact, I have to go pick up my grandmother in less than about 3 hours. So I have plenty of stuff to do. I have a kitchen to clean up. That's gonna be fun. Oh well, it's Thanksgiving. Kitchens are supposed to be dirty today of all days. So, with that said, what am I having tonight for dinner? Well, usually when I see my family on Thanksgiving Day, we are greeted to a slew of hors d'oeuvres. There's, cheese and pepperoni plate. There's a vegetable platter. There's a fruit platter. There's shrimp with cocktail sauce even. So, needless to say, it's kind of the show before the show. And it's a good show. I love shrimp. Shrimp is awesome. And by the way, if you are allergic to seafood or shellfish, my apologies. God bless you. Anyway, right. Actually, my brother is allergic to fish and seafood. It actually did start with shrimp, actually, but enough. But no time for semantics. Seriously, when he found out he couldn't have live shrimp scampi, that broke his heart. But he can have the chicken scampi. That's awesome. I am getting sidetracked. Right. So we have Thanksgiving, and I just mentioned we have a slew of hors d'oeuvres. I just mentioned a bunch of them, and you have anything you want to drink. We mostly just have like soda and water. That's fine. We watch TV, have conversations, get together, all that stuff. It's nice. Needless to say, like Andrew Zimmern, Thanksgiving is also one of my favorite holidays, partly because it involves food, but also because I really do. These are family that, I do see, but not as often as I would like to. So really the meal itself is actually really good, and I haven't even gotten to the main stuff. But the real treat here is being able to see these members of my family. Because even though as I am older, I am able to see them a little more often, but sometimes I feel it's not enough, and you just gotta make do. That's why I look forward to these all the more. Means because I'm going to be seeing them in Christmas too. But, Thanksgiving is another day I look forward to seeing them. Birthdays, holidays, all the important, events. So we get to the main setup, and it's exactly as you would expect. There's mashed potatoes, there's stuffing, there's turkey, there's gravy, I don't know what we're doing for vegetable. I mean, we've never really had a green bean casserole. We never done a green bean casserole. One thing we did do, however, and this is back when my late aunt was still alive, she actually made oysters. Yeah. Like oysters and like the breading and stuff. I think that's supposed to be stuffing. I don't really know. But my late aunt would make them, and it took until I was about in high school before I actually tried for the first time and really liked it. And needless to say, I really only had it seriously, the number of times my late aunt made oysters that I've had, I can count on my hand. That's how few times I had them. But, as you would imagine, it's Thanksgiving. There's food everywhere, and it's the best. But the real treat is the fact that I get to see my family. So, needless to say, Thanksgiving really is the ultimate in mom food, simply because, and this is especially true if you're a student coming back from college, or say you take the military lets you go home for a little bit or something, if you're in the military, something like that, I don't know. But there really is nothing quite like having food that a loved one makes after such a long period of time not having it. It really rang true for me, actually when I first went straight to Pauling, but when I was in college as well, and whenever I go to visit my folks for dinner, there's going to be something delicious my mom made waiting for me. But Thanksgiving, that's when all the stops are, they're pulled, they are ready to go. We're getting all the best food you can imagine. It's all going to be in one place. It's going to be awesome. There really is nothing quite like it. And, I should mention desserts as well. There are pies galore when it comes to, actually, another thing we have is butternut squash. Pureed butternut squash. I'm probably going to be having that today. And I'm going to, in case you're wondering what I'm going to do, I'm going to stuff my plate as full as I can and just dump gravy all over everything. Because that's what you're supposed to do on Thanksgiving, right? So, yes, this is definitely a day I always look forward to. And, again, today is going to be different than it has been probably for most of our lives. But that doesn't mean you got to make it less bad. Again, the glass isn't half empty, nor is it half full. It's refillable. So, go refill that glass if it's empty already, okay? I know I certainly will. About 500,000 times today. Don't worry. I'm picking up my grandma to take her over to our family. I'm the one who has to drive. I'm not going to... Actually, I don't even drink anyway, but, although that does remind me, I did have a New Year's resolution this year that I was going to be more adventurous about that. And COVID-19 ruined that. But that's okay, because the other resolution I had is to be with family. And if there was ever a day to be with family, today's the day. And sure, maybe you're not going to be able to see everyone today. Maybe instead of having a big party of almost 20 people, it's going to be shortened to 10, 15. Or maybe even less than that, I don't know. But as long as you're with someone you love, there is nothing that can take away that feeling of warmth from you. Seriously, when I'm with my father, my grandmother, everyone in my family, there is just a genuine warmth I feel, and there is nothing that can take that feeling away from me. Unless someone decides to be really mean among my family. And even then, I won't let it take it away from me. Although, we'll kind of kill the vibe a little. But, that being said, we do have football today. I have picks to make. So, without further ado, I love my computer mouse way over there. Looks like I gotta do this. And I just dropped the bear. The old fashioned way. Right. My apartment smells completely like brine right now. It's worth it though. Totally worth it. Although I am worried, like, cause some of the jars I made, of the 43 jars I've made, over half of them have sealed, which is nice. I was shooting for about half, and they're all like the big, cause like I have 27 24-ounce jars. I have I have 13 15-ounce jars, 2 12-ounce jars, and 1 big jar that I'm either going to save for me or, give to my mother and father. Hey, listen, I made these pickles. I deserve to try them too, right? Besides, 42 jars given away. I'm pretty sure, well, I'll play it by ear. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to have the pickles that I made, but, in the end, they're technically not for me, so that's fine. Right. Alright, the NFL schedule today, shall we? Alright, okay, so, I thought we had three games today. Oh, well, I guess we only have 2. Let's see, the Texans and the Lions. You know what? I think I'll pick the Lions. Matthew Stafford. You know what? It's Thanksgiving. The Lions and the Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. So you know what? I'm just going to pick the Lions and the Cowboys. Here's hoping I'm right. Because, let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you're playing the football game today, that is involving the NFL, chances are you're away from your family. So it really is kind of hard for me to make an NFL pick today, just for that reason. But I do have to pick someone, so I'm picking the Lions and the Cowboys to win today. So those are my NFL picks, and yeah. So actually, if my Cowboys win, they're first in the division. That's pretty sweet, right? Okay, I got a lot of work to do. I have a kitchen to clean. So, I am very humble on this video for all of you guys watching Dory for today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Happy Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk and chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. I'll always have your back. Take care. Make good choices. But feel free to have a little fun today, because it is Thanksgiving,